everyone, and welcome to another Sims 4 speed build. So today I'm making a cozy country cabin, and I wanted to do this because when I was looking through all the items that came with Parenthood, a lot of the items to me had sort of a country vibe. So I wanted to try putting them to use in more of a country theme build rather than just another family home or family apartment or something like that. And originally I was gonna make a country chic apartment, but when I went in to go start on that, I couldn't find an apartment that was the right size and kind of had the right feel to it because I wanted it to be a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. I also didn't want it to be in one of the more modern buildings because to me that's something that would fit into a more traditional building. But when I was trying to go in and mess around with the layouts in a few of the different apartments in the Spice District, I just didn't really like the layouts I was getting. So I decided that rather than trying to make an apartment, I would just make a whole new build from scratch. So I decided to just make this cozy little cabin in the countryside of Windenburg, which is an area I haven't really built in too much, and I haven't built on this lot before either, because this was where the house that, it was like the Free Spirits house, but this is such a beautiful spot. So I thought it'd be the perfect place for this little cabin. And originally I was going to furnish this cabin in a country chic style, but I feel like it ended up more so just being plain old country and old-fashioned. And I know that probably sounds like it's the exact same thing, but I feel like there's a subtle difference there. Because to me, country chic, which I think is pretty much the same thing as shabby chic, because when I was searching on Google for country chic to get some inspiration, it just kept showing up with shabby chic stuff. But anyway, to me, that style is more so just purposely picking out furniture for the fact that it looks worn, you know, whether it's actually older furniture that was worn through use over the years or whether it's just new furniture that's made to look distressed. Like, you're purposely trying to give the look of a distressed and worn interior, whereas I feel like to this place to me is a place that more so has older furniture because, you know, an elderly couple or an elderly sim lives here and they have just this older furniture that they've accumulated over the years and they just had it for years. So it's more of a, you know, they've actually had the stuff over the years and it's been worn in by them rather than they just purposely picked out things for the fact that it looked worn. And also when I was looking at pictures of country chic interiors, it looked like there was a lot of lighter woods used, even on the walls and the flooring. And I ended up using some darker woods in the interior of this place. I mean, there are lighter woods on some of the furniture, but I have darker wood paneling on the walls because I felt like if I'd used lighter paneling on the walls, then it wouldn't really go with the exterior that well because there's a lot of darker paneling on the exterior and I really wanted the exterior and the interior to go together. I just felt like if I had white paneling on the inside, it wouldn't really look cohesive. So I wanted there to be a continuation of the look that the exterior has to the interior. So yeah, I feel like there ended up being a subtle difference between what I was originally envisioning for this place and how it ended up turning out. But right now I'm working on the landscaping and I cut some of it out because I just put so many plants down that once I sped everything up, I had 2 minutes of footage of just me plopping plants down. So I just cut out some bits here and there because I felt like 2 minutes of just putting down plants was a little bit too much because it gets kind of repetitive, so hopefully that's fine. But with the landscaping on this house, I just wanted there to be just a ton of plants and different colored plants because the exterior of the cabin just has a lot of brown on it, like pretty much everything is brown, so I felt like I needed to add color to it in some way, so I felt like just having a bunch of plants all over the place would help with that. And yeah, maybe I did go a little bit overboard with the plants, but I just really wanted to have this super lush look in the garden because I imagine this cabin is belonging to an elderly couple or an elderly sim who's really into gardening and maybe writing and painting, or maybe this isn't necessarily their home, but it's kind of like a little writing or artist retreat that they go to sometimes to get some inspiration, because I feel like this would be a good place to go to get a little bit of inspiration for more creative endeavors. I also used some stuff from Outdoor Retreat on this build, like the panelings that are on the outside of it. So this cabin would actually fit in pretty well in Granite Falls, so if you wanted to, you could put it in there and use it as a vacation cabin, although it might be kind of expensive to stay in because even though this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom cabin, it still costs 50 or 60 simoleons because I just went all out with the furnishing and especially the plants. Like, I probably spent 20k simoleons on the plants because I just went way overboard with them, just kept putting in more and more plants. Oh yeah, and also stuck some ivy on the outside of it, which I thought looked really cozy and charming and all of that. But yeah, it probably would cost 1,000 simoleons a night or something like that if you were to put in Granite Falls, but yeah, I mean, it could still work well as a little vacation cabin. But we're now onto the inside of the cabin, and I had a lot of fun with furnishing this cabin, and I just really like smaller builds sometimes because I find it so much easier to be detailed with the furnishing because, you know, you're not going to be spending like 6 hours furnishing it, which is what happened with the last build I did, which was that suburban parenthood home, because that was like 3 floors and each floor was probably 2 to 3 times the size of this cabin, so it was just a lot of furnishing to do. So while I guess I was pretty detailed with the furnishing of that, I just found it a little bit more difficult to be detailed just because I wanted it to be done already. Because usually I don't put basements in homes, and then I furnish the first 2 floors of that, and then I realized I still had the whole basement to do. So yeah, I just wanted to take a break with a bigger bit from the bigger builds and work on something a little bit smaller. But yeah, I mean, I probably will do more big builds in the future. I know we are getting that fitness stuff pack next week, so I might make a gym to go with that. Because I've been wanting to make a gym to replace the one in San Myshuno just because it's in such a cool spot. So maybe I'll make a modern gym to go with that, although modern isn't really my best style, so I don't know how that'll go, but I'll try it. Or maybe I'll start building it and then just realize I kind of suck at making modern community lots and I'll just stop it. Oh well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, is anyone excited for the fitness stuff pack? I don't think I'm really, I don't know, I don't really get that excited over stuff packs just because they're stuff, I don't know, it's just items, so there's not really a whole lot to get super excited about, although I did get kind of excited about Kids Room stuff when that came out last year, but I don't know, I'm kind of, like middle of the road on it. Like, some of the stuff in it seems kind of cool, like the rock climbing treadmill seems really cool, and I guess it's nice to have more stuff to decorate gyms with and more athletic wear, but I'm a bigger fan of more traditional furnishing, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to use the furniture that comes with it, but I mean, I'll still get it anyway, because I usually like to make overview videos on the different packs, but yeah, I'm not super excited, but I also don't think it's the worst thing ever. I don't know, my opinion on it might change a little bit once I actually get it, because it's kind of hard to know how much you're gonna like it until you actually get it and can see all of the items and everything. But right now I'm working on the living room, which is just really cozy and kind of cramped, and I actually used the fireplace that came with Parenthood in this build because I didn't use it in the last build that I did because it was on a diagonal wall and it didn't really fill in the wall space enough, so I just put the larger one that came with the base game in there instead. But I actually used it in here, although it might not be that good of an idea to turn on the fireplace because there's a rug and a table right near it. I know that if you have stuff near the fireplace, it can catch it on fire, so I don't know if that stuff is too close or not, so, yeah, you might want to use that fireplace with caution, or, I don't know, maybe you'll be fine. Or maybe you'll use it and you'll just catch the house on fire and kill your Sims. I don't know, it depends on how much of a risk taker you are, but, I don't know, it's probably fine. So, we're done with the living room, just putting in a little entrance table here that I guess they could stick their keys on if they had keys or something like that. We got a little ottoman underneath it. And, yeah, first I made that ottoman match the couch, but then I put in another chair at a desk over on the other side of the door, and then I made that match the chair and the ottoman. Then I felt like that was kind of maybe too many things that match because I didn't really want this to be a build where everything in the inside of it just matched and looked like it came from the same exact set, so later on, I just went ahead and changed the color of the ottoman. Oh, and I also stuck that really cute little chicken sculpture on there, which have I used that before? I don't know, I might have used that before, but I feel like I don't use the sculptures enough of it in builds. Like, I have a tendency to just stick plants in when I want to put in a decoration, but yeah, I need to work on using sculptures more rather than just always sticking plants everywhere. But then again, I love the look of plants. I just feel like it makes places look so cozy and lived in, and I mean, I would like to have plants in my place, but sometimes like getting the fake plants can be kind of expensive. I don't expensive. Like I've seen just fake potted plants for like $50, and I don't know. I'm kind of like a cheap and frugal person, so to me that's too much money to spend on a fake plant. And then whenever I have real plants, I have a tendency to kill them. Like we had an aloe plant like a couple years ago, and I managed to kill that. Aloe plants are supposed to be really hardy and really difficult to kill, but I managed to kill it, which was kind of unfortunate because aloe plants are actually really useful. Like if you burn yourself while you're cooking or something like that, you can just stick the aloe over the burn and it'll help heal it. But yeah, I ended up killing it because we did have it inside, but then my cats kept jumping onto the table we had it on and trying to eat it. And I wasn't sure if aloe was really that good of a thing to eat for cats. Like, I think it can make them throw up, so we ended up just sticking the aloe plant outside on the deck, and then it ended up just being killed because it was exposed to the weather. But yeah, there wasn't really anywhere in the house that I could stick the plant where the cats wouldn't eat it because they're pretty good at getting to things. They've actually jumped on top of doors before because one of my cats, because I have two cats, discovered a few months ago that she could get on top of the bedroom door from a wardrobe that's next to it. And one day I was just sitting on my computer and I heard this loud bang from the next room over, which is the bedroom, and I walk in and one of my cats are just on top of the door, walking around, balancing herself on it, looking really pleased with herself. And I wasn't sure what to do because, you know, I was worried she's gonna lose her balance and fall off the door, but then again, she's a cat and they have amazing balance, so I figured since she got up there, she could probably figure out how to get herself down, so I was just kind of watching her while she's figuring out what to do. But she eventually got down because there's a smoke alarm right above where the door is, and as she was, you know, just walking around, she must have hit her head on the alarm test button or something like that, because all of a sudden it just went off, and then she freaked out and her tail fluffed up and she just jumped off of that onto the wardrobe and then down onto the bed and did not look very happy. But that didn't stop her from doing it because she continued to do that multiple times, even at 6 in the morning as I was sleeping before work, which I was not happy about because I do not like my sleep interrupted. And your sister has also jumped on top of doors before, although she has a different door that she likes jumping on top of, but unfortunately I don't have enough time to go into that right now because this video is almost done. So yeah, if you want to download this, there'll be a link to do so in the description, and also have stuff in there on how to find it in-game. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.